for being August Member of the Month. Congrats.
Hi, thank you.
Yeah. So, we're excited to learn more about you and stuff like that. You've been a member of TCF since January 2023. You said you've been doing CrossFit since about 2017, somewhere around there.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us a little bit more about like your, let's say, fitness background, work background, just all the things about Amber.
Okay. Well, I grew up in North Carolina and born and raised near Greensboro, North Carolina. And during high school, I always kind of played sports. And during high school, I did tennis. I played tennis, and I did shot put and discus, and just enjoyed like working out in general, lifting weights.
Yeah.
And then I met my husband Kevin our senior year at A&T, and got married. We got married in 2004, and then the very next month we moved out to Iowa.
And you said you got married on his graduation day?
Yeah, we got married. He graduated, and I got ready and everything for the wedding, and then got married that very same day, and then moved to Iowa the next month.
That was a big day.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow, I can only imagine. Jeez.
Yeah.
And then what took y'all out to Iowa? Was it anything specific or?
He had a job at Rockwell Collins, and and I was staying at home, and so yeah, he got a job out, right out of college, and went to Rockwell Collins in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and we loved it there. We were there 12 years.
Mm-hmm.
So
do you miss it?
In some ways I do. I miss the friends we made, and I loved how mellow it was. Like, it was very calm,
kind of like easygoing,
slow traffic, and we had like a lot of leisure time to do anything we could imagine, just because it wasn't a rush or on anything. So
yeah, nice. And then did you play, or did you do, I don't know if you play or do shot put and discus? Did you do that at NCA&T or?
No, I didn't play. Unfortunately, I didn't play any sports at A&T. Me and Kevin were playing tennis one day, and the coach was like, "Hey, you should come out." I'm like, "I'm a senior."
Oh.
So I just didn't focus on sports. I would just play racquetball or run or find little things to do around campus, but I didn't play any
nothing
sports
serious
in school.
or whatever?
No, nothing serious.
Okay, cool. And then, so you moved out to Iowa and stuff like that, and then you said you kind of were looking for something to do because running was kind of getting boring or something like that, or?
Well, I kind of just tried a bunch of different things. I got into racquetball and played at the gym, co-ed, competitively, but I just tried different things. So I'd play tennis, or I would do Zumba, or did kickboxing and a kettlebell class. I just kind of was just trying different things,
trying to find something that would like stick and pique your interest.
Yeah, and I enjoyed those things, but I just wasn't getting the results I wanted. I felt like kept my heart pumping and felt good, but I wasn't getting any major gains from doing those things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you went into the whole CrossFit thing, right?
Yeah. Kevin suggested me trying out CrossFit just because he had a friend that was in it and enjoyed it and everything. So I just joined a local gym and fell in love with it.
Yeah. So with Kevin, I went, so like some of these questions come from you, from the coaches, from me, whatever, right? And so the coaches wanted to know, like, how do you live with Kevin? He's a very outspoken, very friendly person.
Oh yeah, we are definitely like total opposites, but it keeps things interesting, He makes us laugh, but he's the more focused one in ways, so we're kind of different. He keeps our family like moving forward and focus on things that we need to focus on, but he's one of the things he helps me out most is like encouraging me and stuff like that, and he'll call me out if I need to be, if I'm like talking crazy or like not giving myself credit, or
Yeah.
he'll
I'll give you the-
tell me what I need to hear.
Mhm.
And sometimes that doesn't always happen. So
Yeah.
it can be tough, right? Hearing what you don't want to hear, or a point, if something needs to be pointed out, or, if you need to just be, redirected sometimes, it helps a whole lot to have someone that can not just love you, but help you to
To
stay
grow
focused and grow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I think we're like you're like you kind of what you said. You're polar opposites of each other. You're so quiet a lot of times in class. It's like, Amber, speak up.
Yeah.
Because you're just over there in the corner. You're just working away like
Yeah.
crazy. And then Kevin's not even working. He's just over here talking.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And then I know you were talking about how you homeschooled you're still homeschooling one of them, but you homeschooled 2 of your 3 kids, and you're still homeschooling the other one. But like, how'd you do that? Like,
so in Iowa, it was like a huge homeschool community. It was kind of just with my oldest, she was having some speech delays and stuff like that, and we just decided to, for some reasons, to homeschool her so we can focus in on things we wanted to help her with. And
Yeah.
in Iowa, it was such a intertwined with the public schools. So like. Our kids were able to go to an actual school once a week, and they had teachers that would teach them different things, and they helped me out whenever I needed help. So
you're like, hey, I don't know how to teach
Yeah.
them geometry
Yeah.
or whatever it is.
yeah, they would, give any advice. They would test them if we needed. So it was very like homeschool friendly community in Iowa. So it made it in ways easy. It's a lot of work, but it was a lot of support there as well.
So I know you're still homeschooling your youngest. So is it harder to do that one here in North Carolina, or is it?
Yes.
Okay.
Here you kind of got to work for the community. Like everyone is truly doing their own different things. So it's more so kind of seeking, those different communities.
Yeah.
And it's not entwined in a school like it was in Iowa. So like if we wanted, our kids could play sports through the school system in Iowa. Here, I don't think it's as connected, but I mean, they'll work with you and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's just a different thing. So I feel like in Iowa, it was really easy to have the kids, in different communities.
Somehow in a
regularly.
community setting, but then also being homeschooled.
Yeah. But we wouldn't change it. It was amazing, and we still enjoy it. My oldest is in public high school, and then my second is going this school year, and then my youngest will still homeschool her. I don't know how long. I'm getting older, so
Yeah.
I don't know if we'll make it a high school, but we just got to play it.
Play by ear and
year
stuff.
by year, yeah.
What are you gonna do when you finally are done homeschooling?
Oh gosh, I
Got
don't
any
know.
idea?
Maybe
pick up
start,
gardening again.
Yeah, maybe start my CrossFit career. No.
Yeah. Go for the games,
the Masters.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I mean, I definitely know I will put more energy toward CrossFit just because I love it so much. It's fun for me. Maybe compete or
Yeah.
who knows. I don't know. I mean, cooking.
Yeah, I know you
Probably
said
something within the home. Yeah.
I know you said you loved like cooking, and you used to have like a garden back in Iowa, and then like what was it? I still need the recipe for those donut things that you made for the open or whatever. I think it was like the second week or the first week or whatever you made those suckers.
Yeah.
Oh, they were amazing.
They're
or no, it
always a
wasn't
big
for the
hit.
open. It was for Murph. You made Brown.
Oh
Murph.
yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, you made those. Oh, I couldn't stop eating those.
Yeah. That's my go-to if I want to impress people. I always bring my sourdough donut holes. So
Yeah.
they're really delicious.
Yes, very. I mean, you were listening at like all the stuff that you know how to make, and did you make all that stuff from your garden? Like you?
No.
Okay.
So the garden was like huge in Iowa. Like we probably filled like half of our backyard with vegetables. Kevin built like raised beds and all different things. And in Iowa, the earth was just very like
fertile or whatever.
Yeah, fertile. So things would just like, if a tomato would fall, then next year would just grow some random, like we had random tomatoes just growing out of the ground, and so I got really into like preserving. So we did canning, or I'll like chop up fresh herbs and like freeze them in butter or in olive oil, and we froze a lot of stuff. Like it was so much fun. Like I always liked cooking fresh stuff, so I got to make fresh meals, and
that's like the best way.
Yeah, I miss it, and I tell you, when you have freshly grown food, is nothing like it. Like especially tomatoes are amazing out of a garden compared to what you get at the grocery store and stuff like that. So I do miss our garden. Like it was a lot of fun just to grow things. Not everything grew, but as a whole, I feel like we had a nice sized garden. So
yeah, well, I mean, if your whole backyard's a garden, then
yeah,
that'd be pretty big.
yeah.
And then I know you also talked about like your other pastime was country line dancing.
Yes,
I thought that was real interesting.
Yeah. So like I said, we had so much leisure time in Iowa. I got into all types of dance. I did when we first moved there, we did salsa dancing. It was really big in Iowa.
Really?
Yeah. So they would have lessons, and then you just dance, and then there was a lot of salsa clubs as well. So we got into that. At the time we didn't have kids, so we would go dancing together, and then after the kids, I would just go. It's a lot easier for females, because you just lead. With the guys, you gotta know how to direct and all. It's more pressure.
Yeah.
So I would just go with friends or by myself, and then I did belly line dancing with some friends. And then we got into country line dancing. Our friends from France had a party, birthday party with country line dancing lessons, and so we went to that, and I fell in love, and I would go every week, take lessons. He'll teach us the movements and walk you through a dance, and then you'll just do that dance, and then you'll move on to the next, and we probably learned 5 or 6 songs during each session. Yeah.
I mean, that's crazy. It was just so interesting, because it's like, don't really hear people at their pastimes are learning how to dance and gardening.
Yeah. I mean, it was like the sky's the limit. It felt like in Iowa, as far as like different things you can get into. I ran all the time with my dog. Like, yeah, it was crazy when I think about it now, because I feel like I don't have anywhere near that much time on my hands.
Yeah. Well, you gotta when your kids are finally done homeschooling, they're off to high school and stuff like that. You need to find a place to go to or whatever, and do those line dances again.
Oh yeah, definitely. Hopefully before then. I actually miss it a whole lot, so I had to find something soon. Yeah. Maybe drag some people with me.
There you go. There you go. Create your own or whatever, right?
Yeah.
There you go. You be the instructor this time.
Yeah.
But we'll go back to talking about like CrossFit and stuff. And what was your biggest challenge prior to joining the TCF family?
So last year was a pretty rough year for me. My mother was diagnosed with cancer, and it was a very short but hard-fought battle. And so I was going back and forth to Greensboro to, help with my mom and, help my siblings. And, we were, wishing and hoping for the best. So that was a lot, when we lost her and going through it. And during that time, we actually had a lot of deaths in the family. I think it was like 5 funerals I went to in a couple months before and after my mom passed away. So it was just like a lot of my time was filled with just sadness and grief and missing people. And then the drive isn't awful, but it adds up if you're going every weekend or going and staying. And I was away from the family a lot, and Kevin was here with the kids, and I was just away. After I lost my mom and lost other loved ones, it was just a tough time because, kind of put on weight, and I wasn't like feeling super motivated. Like I was doing things, that like homeschooling and everything else, but as far as like focusing on like my health, it was really tough because I put on so much weight, and like I'll wake up and my arm will be like completely asleep, and stuff like that. Like I was truly like feeling awful, mentally and physically. I was just in a bad like rut, as far as like being sad and things like that. So Kevin was working out here already, and he was like, why don't you consider, coming? I think he invited me to Friends and Family Week.
The Bring a Friend Week in January.
And because I was working out, like trying to get back in shape at home, and I was working out, but not like regularly. And then I definitely wasn't eating. I eat when I get, I would eat if I got like emotional or, like, so I was eating a lot and not really working out and stuff like that. So I came and to the Friends and Bring a Friend Week, and I was like, okay, it felt really good to kind of be accountable to other people as far as like just having people motivating you. I remember, I think it was like the first week or so when I was working out here, I couldn't do a push-up, and it was just like driving me crazy because I'm like, I can do push-ups, I was just gotten so weak, and and moving the weight around and stuff was really hard. So like things that I've done in the past previously with CrossFit, I couldn't do anymore, so that was very frustrating in itself.
I mean, it's kind of like you're like, I can always do a push-up, I've always been able to do one. It's like, why the heck now can I not? And so like what changed after you started joining the TCA family? Like what impacts have you seen and stuff like that?
Well, one, it got me to be consistent. So I'm one of those people that's like, I gotta go every day, or things are wrong, So I try my best to come to every single class, throughout the week. I try to make sure I come. If I can make it, I try to come. And even Sundays, I'll try to run and stuff like that. So I'm working out regularly, and I feel a lot better. Like some of those circulation issues I was having, it's been much better. It's been a long time since I felt that way. And then just being happier, like having, I guess, a distraction and, feeling good. It was just helping me, I think, with my mental, health, as far as giving me something to look forward to, getting me out of the house, around people, stuff like that, just made a huge difference.
Making that community, those connections, right, with other people, kind of getting your mind off of everything that's going on outside of the gym and stuff, right? Really focus on the here and now, where your feet are, and stuff like that.
It was just something I truly needed at the time, and still do. Yeah. And then, so any other like positive impacts that you've seen or anything like that? Like, I mean, are you able to do a push-up now? Oh yeah, I can do push-ups now, and finally got my pull-ups. I still got. So I'm just kind of checking the boxes bit by bit. In the past, I would go to an open gym all the time, and I was very, successful with that. But now, I'm doing workouts that maybe I wouldn't have chose, or, I don't like kettlebell. I mean, I don't like the dumbbells and stuff, but, doing more workouts like that and lunges and things that, I might not would go for if it was up to me. So it helps, like, with balance, as far as, like, before you have one arm super strong, the other one not as strong. So things like that, I've noticed that, okay, I'm more balanced now, I'm kind of equally strong because of some of the things that I might not have preferred to do that you do because you go to class, you
Yep.
do, you do whatever is in class.
Yeah, it's like, oh God, I wouldn't have ever written this workout for me, but
Yeah.
it's on the board, so I gotta do it.
Yeah, so, and then, having that, just showing up and working hard goes a long way,
Yeah.
and so it's been helpful for me. I've reached like PRs and everything. I thought I was strong before, but I'm
Hey,
like,
you're even stronger now.
yeah, I'm even stronger now, and
But it's like what Kevin always told us: watch out for Amber when she gets
Yeah.
the bug and everything. You gotta watch out.
yeah, yeah. So I mean,
Machine.
that has been like a fun, like, thing to see your numbers truly grow as far as your strength. Yeah, I just love it, being stronger out and stuff, and so.
Yeah, awesome. And then anything that you would say to somebody that's on the fence about joining?
Join. I know CrossFit can seem intimidating. Like if you just look it up, you might be like, no way, or oh, I'm nowhere near being able to do this or that. I would say sign up is life changing. Like especially going to class, you get challenged in ways that you might not realize you're as strong as you are, or you might see a workout and be like, oh, it's no way I'm gonna get through it, and then you do, and it kind of helps it helps you feel better, or you are kind of constantly reminded of how strong you are mentally, physically. You can surprise yourself. I know sometimes you're kind of doing the same thing or what have you, and just in life you don't surprise yourself as much. So I think that's like a fun component of CrossFit, of being amazing yourself, like, oh wow, I could do that,
Yeah.
or you just it's kind of, and you always growing as well. So, and just like I said, it can be intimidating if you just look at it, or if you look up these athletes,
People
know,
that do the games or something like that. No.
And you might look at it and be intimidated, but just go and try, and go at your own speed, and make it into what you want. Like you don't have to I go for strength. I like being strong, so like that's kind of my attitude is I'm gonna be as strong as I can, and that's what I kind of do at CrossFit. But you could go and say, hey, I just want to be in shape, I just want my heart to feel good, I just want to have great cardio, or you can attack CrossFit how you feel, make it your own in a way, as far as like how you approach each workout. And it's really cool to have coaches that are watching and helping you, making sure that you do things safely and properly, and that's very unique, I think, to CrossFit. You kind of have like a personal coach every class,
Yeah.
So that's really cool, and all the coaches here are awesome and amazing, and so yeah, I love CrossFit. I don't know what to say,
No, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
So,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But Amber, thank you again for being or taking the time to come out and let the people know more about you and stuff like that. Maybe we'll start line dancing or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But congratulations again for being August Member of the Month and everything like that.
Thank you so much. It's an honor.
Yeah.